Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Stats. I'm your host, Isaac, and I will apologize in advance that this will probably be a less in-depth video because I am low on time, but I'm finally here. I know it's like Saturday, like at night, but I finally got the time to actually do this video for the next week. We're doing the game rankings from last week as well as power rankings and predictions. Dude, the Thursday games, the Thanksgiving games feel so long ago, but those are the ones I'm going to be ranking. Didn't really like the Thursday games very much because both my teams lost. Actually, all three of my teams lost. I went 0 for 4 on my predictions for the Thanksgiving Black Friday weekend. So that was just great. Yeah, not good. So I'm just gonna run through all the games. I'm not gonna give too much explanation. There were a bunch of games that were like super not close and just blowouts. This is the first week in a while that no one had a bye week, so we had 16 games. So 16th is Minnesota-Seattle. 15th is San Francisco-Cleveland. Wait a minute. What did I do here? I messed up something. Whatever. 14th is Jacksonville-Tennessee. 13th is Chicago-Philadelphia, which is a lot less close than the score would make you think. 12th is Buffalo-Pittsburgh. 11th is Las Vegas and the Chargers, and 10th is New York and New England. Those are like what I would consider to be the not close games. I guess Cincinnati-Baltimore at number 9, also not super close, but I mean, it was nice to see Joe Burrow back doing his thing, but Lamar just did not look great for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on there. I had him on my fantasy team. Honestly, I haven't looked at that fantasy league in like ages. Also, I don't know if I've called attention to this. I'm wearing a new jersey. It's Matthew Stafford, even though he lost this week, and the Lions also lost this week. So I don't have a great jersey to wear here. None of these teams won. Like, it's not been a great week for me as a football fan, at least with these jerseys wise. Yeah, Matthew Stafford jersey. By the way, I made a new channel just this past week, and if you watch the video on that channel, you would have already seen this jersey, actually. It is a roller coaster channel. The video I posted is a Busch Gardens Tampa Bay vlog from my first visit at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. So if you like roller coasters, go check that out. There should be a link to it in my channel page. It's called Beyond the Drops, and if you're a fan of roller coasters, I think you'll really like it. Videos won't be as common as they are here, but I should get back to what I was talking about. Number 8 into the top half of games, we have Houston, Indianapolis. This was actually a one-score game, but Indianapolis just did not look well throughout the game, so had to throw it there. Number 7, I have Arizona and Tampa Bay, another game where it's like, it was close, but Arizona didn't really like control their own destiny at the end. They just kind of lost. That was my like upset pick of the week. It almost happened, but not close enough, unfortunately, so got that one wrong. My number 6 game is the last game that I wouldn't really consider to be a good game, or like a really good game, that being New Orleans, Miami. It's 2 lower down teams. It's not going to be that great, but the only reason I really put it here is because it had like a defensive 2-point conversion recovery, which is a funny score, so you like to see that. And yeah, that's about it for those games. Number 5 and 4 are both Thanksgiving games. 5 is Green Bay, Detroit. 4 is KC, Dallas. I did not like to watch either of these games, but I think from an objective game standpoint, they were pretty good. Number 3, I've got Atlanta, New York. Walk-off field goal. Another Jets close game win somehow. I don't know why they're still winning games, but there you go, I guess. Number 2, I've got the Rams and the Panthers. Which probably would have been the number 1 game in most weeks, honestly. Like, great game for both quarterbacks. I mean, not really a great game for Stafford. He had 2 interceptions, but like, Bryce Young threw 3 touchdowns, so that's cool. High scoring game pretty much throughout, and big upset, so there is that. Don't know if the ending was quite as dramatic as number 3, but I think it's a big upset. It was a notable game, so I'm putting it there. And then number 1, of course, we have the Sunday night game, Denver and Washington. Super cool, close game. I believe it went to overtime. Yeah, it went to overtime. Commanders went for 2 after scoring a touchdown in overtime and failed to convert. So that's how that one ended. Very nice, good game, good defensive stop by the Broncos to win them that. And with that, I think they will 100% be winning the AFC West. There's no shot for the Chiefs, unfortunately. I was going to probably do a playoff predictions video, but I have not had time to record a lot of videos recently, unfortunately. I might do that after this week. If the Chiefs win, I don't know. But if the Chiefs lose, I'm just going to be really sad because if they lose, there's no shot they're making it. But we'll get to that later. For now, let's go over power rankings. I would like to probably spend most of my time here, honestly. So number 32 and 31 have not changed. It's still Tennessee and Las Vegas. They're still the worst teams in the league. Number 30, I've got New Orleans dropping one spot after a loss to the Dolphins. 29, I've got Cleveland. Did not put much of a fight up against the 49ers. 28, I've got New York. Similar story against the Patriots. Jackson Dart looked okay, though, I guess. 27, I have Minnesota, which honestly maybe should have dropped them even more, but I only dropped them 2. As a guy who takes classes at U of M, I like to see Max Brosmer playing, but I don't like to see Max Brosmer throwing 4 interceptions. That ain't great. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully he will get more into form, because or is McCarthy back? I think McCarthy might be back. Either way, they still have bad quarterback rooms either way. So, I don't know. McCarthy may have been maybe the lowest grade for my, favorite player grades at the end of the season. I don't know. Number 26, I have Atlanta moving down 6 spots after losing to the Jets. What are you doing? And then at 25, I have the Jets. I kind of got to put them above. Now they have 3 wins, I believe, which is crazy. If you told me that they would have 3 wins at this point, back when they were 0-7, were they? I think they were 0-7, so they've won 3 of their last 5? Yeah, they have won 3 of their last 5. That is kind of crazy. Either way, Tyrod Taylor led him to a good win, so there's that. Let's see here. Number 27, I'm not there. I'm at number 24. I have Washington. Moving up 4 spots, I think they played a great game. Treylon Burks had an amazing catch. There was that. But they played a good game against one of the best defenses in the league, and that is, I'll get to where I put Denver there, but I'll give you a hint, they're not number 1 because you only win by 1 against the Commanders. Come on. Number 23, I've got Arizona moving up a spot after keeping it close with the Buccaneers, but no real reason for me to move them higher. Number 22, I've got Miami, who still has a slim shot at the playoffs. After the start that they had, that really surprises me, but they don't move really much after this week because they did about what I thought they were going to do against New Orleans. Number 21, I've got Pittsburgh, who is now officially in free fall mode, moving down 3 spots. Not even really putting up much of a fight against the Bills. I think they're definitely losing the division now. And I think they're even going to be out of the playoffs for sure. Number 20, I've got Cincinnati moving up 1 spot. I think they actually probably have a better chance of winning the division and making the playoffs than Baltimore. But I still don't think it's going to happen. I still think Baltimore's got it. Number 19, I have a team that I firmly believe is still worse than the Chiefs, even though they have a better record, and that's Indianapolis, moving down 7 spots after a rough loss to Houston. And then number 18, I have Kansas City. They are not a top half team anymore. They have not done anything to convince me otherwise, even though, they're more talented than they were last year. I promise. They are literally a better team than they were last year in all, almost all metrics, except for, pass rush. But, they just can't get it done. And especially the defense is just so bad. Lock in, boys. The offense is doing fine. Mahomes is going crazy. Everyone is doing their part pretty much on the offense. And it's not like there's not issues on the offense. The biggest one is the O-line, which right now they're down 3 of their starters against Houston, one of the best D-lines in the league, so that scares me. But, Rice is dropping passes. Worthy is not coming up with everything he should. He's not being as reliable of a deep threat. And part of that is Mahomes not throwing to him, which I think is a problem. I think Mahomes' deep threat accuracy is off. But Worthy had a deep shot to him that he should have caught, and he didn't. And I think that was one of his only big mistakes on the season. But Rice has made more. Rice has dropped the ball more times, and maybe that is just because he gets thrown it more, but Rice does have more drops than Worthy does. So there is that. Yeah, I don't know. I think the entire, and Mahomes is kind of inconsistent. His stat line was great. He had 4 touchdowns, but he's still inconsistent at sometimes. And I feel like this team is just the complete antithesis of last year. Super unlucky, but actually a better team genuinely. And they're finding their offense again. They have in a lot of metrics, they have a very good offense. I think in EPA, they're like top 3 in the league. So, like, they're good on offense, but, like, it's just the defense that's killing them. Please, defense, lock in. Do something. Like, Chamari Connor is the new Dan Sorensen. I don't know if anyone is watching that's a Chiefs fan, but if you remember Dan Sorensen back when he played for the Chiefs, like, he was liability man, and now Chamari Connor is kind of becoming that, unfortunately. Next, we've got Carolina at number 17 above Kansas City. It is disgusting, but moving up 6 spots after knocking off the number 1 team from last week, I gotta move them up. So, I mean, Bryce Young had a good game. He's on and off. He's really weird, but he had a good game this week, so gotta put him there. Number 16, I've got Tampa Bay, moving up 3 spots. I think they did okay this week. They still are kind of plagued with injuries, but I think they still are going to win their division. Carolina might be able to make a push, but I still think Tampa Bay is going to get it done. It's just annoying that there's one division in each conference, NFC South, AFC North, that are just not good. And then you have so many other good teams on, like, great divisions. Like, I think the whole NFC West and NFC North, except for Vikings and Cardinals, should probably be making the playoffs. I think those are probably, like, the best teams in the NFC, I want to say. Like, yeah, honestly, yeah, those are probably the best teams in the NFC. Like, Packers, Bears, Lions, and then Rams, 49ers, Seahawks. Like, but not all of them can make the playoffs. One of those teams, at least, is going to have to miss it, unfortunately. Number 15, I've got Philadelphia. They have not shown me that they are a team that can compete this year, at least in the last couple weeks. I don't care that it's the Bears. I don't think the Bears have, like, I think what the game on Friday proved is not that the Bears are, like, a top, like, super high team, although they might be. But I think what it more proves is that Philadelphia is not winning it again. They're not going back-to-back this year. Something needs to change, especially with that offense. It's just not going great. And, like, Jalen Hurts isn't playing too badly. He like, has the least interceptions of any, like, starting quarterback. It's ridiculous, but I don't know what's going on there. Number 14, I have Baltimore. They moved down 3 spots. I still think they got a hold on the division lead, but you can't be losing to the Bengals like that, and you can't have Lamar be playing like that. So, again, another one of those divisions that's just not good. Number 13, I have Houston. Moving up 3 spots, and I'm officially scared. They are on a 2-game win streak. They've beaten the Colts, had an easier time with it than the Chiefs did just 2 weeks ago, and I don't know what's going to happen. I think they have a good shot at making a playoff push. And at this point, I'm completely out on the Colts as AFC South champions. I think I'm still going with the Jaguars, honestly. I predicted the Jaguars would win it all that long time ago, and it was looking like the Colts were for a long time, but now the Colts are following. I think Jaguars take the AFC South. Did I say North? I meant South. Number 12, I have the Chargers moving up 2 spots. I mean, it was the Raiders. What did you expect? But, like, also, I think Herbert is, like, he broke his wrist or something. It's not his throwing wrist, so he might be able to play, but I don't know. If it was his throwing wrist, I think I would move it down a lot more, but I don't know if he's going to be able to play or not. I'd expect maybe he'd sit out for, maybe he won't play. I don't know how that works. Like, can you play as a quarterback if your non-throwing wrist is broken? I mean, it's still a bone break. I would still think it would be, like, an injury that you would have to, like, sit out for. So I don't know. Maybe they should be moved down. Number 11, I have Dallas moving up 6 spots. Very impressive win. Just because the Chiefs are ranked low does not mean that they are a unimpressive team to beat. Like, it's still impressive, like, to beat them, and especially in the way that they did. George Pickens is the wide receiver 1 on that offense. And that is why I still keep saying that, it's why I'm still confident in saying that Devontae Smith is the best wide receiver 2 in the league. Because I think this season, he's better than CeeDee Lamb. I said it. I don't think CeeDee Lamb is very good this year. He's been having drop issues. I think George Pickens is the wide receiver 1 in that offense. Last year, he wasn't as good as he is now, but now he's top 5 in the league, probably. And then you've got people like Devontae Adams, who just gets touchdown fed in the end zone. And then T. Higgins, I guess, he's good. But, like, I still think Devontae Smith is my pick for wide receiver 2 of the year. Again, Favorite Eagles player. Hopefully he does well at the end of the season. But yeah, Dallas, I think their defense is kind of improved, but not in the red zone. They still need to work on that. But their offense is just looking super good right now. Number 10, I have Detroit. I still am keeping them a top 10 team, dropping them 4 spots. I still think they have a good chance I still think they're definitely going to make the playoffs, but I still think they have an okay chance at winning the NFC North. It's going to be a tough one, but especially with like the win they had a couple nights ago, I think maybe that would have changed things. It was definitely a close game, and I did pick Detroit, by the way. So I'm 1-0 this week so far. Sorry I wasn't able to get this video out to pick it before, but either way, yeah. Detroit moving down 4 spots because I think at the end of the day they aren't in the playoff picture right now. I don't believe they're in the playoff picture, but they're like close. But they're not. They're in 3rd place in the division right now, so they gotta be below those 2 teams at least. Number 9, I've got San Francisco. They moved up 4 spots after a convincing win against the Browns. I mean, I still think even with all the injuries, San Francisco is just such a talented team. I do think Kyle Shanahan is an underrated coach. I think he's at least top 10 coaches in the league. The things that he can do, especially with all those injuries, and the 49ers keep winning, it's crazy. Number 8, I've got Jacksonville moving up 2 spots after dismantling the Titans. Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville, not much to complain about there. Parker Washington's going insane. You like to see what he's doing over there. He's the Brian Thomas of this year. I don't know like what's going on there. Yeah, because Travis Hunter's out, right? I think, yeah, Travis Hunter's out for like the season or whatever. So yeah, Parker Washington doing cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not much else to talk about there for Jacksonville. They're just a good team right now, and I still think they're winning the South. Sorry for kicking the table there. Number 7, I've got Chicago. I do believe that they are a legitimate contender now. I think they're probably making the playoffs, but I don't know if they're going to get far in the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to like get a first-round bye or necessarily win a playoff game, but I think they'll be good. I think they're a top 8 team, top 7 team in the league right now, so I'm keeping them there. Number 6, I've got Buffalo. Another really confusing team. They kind of flip-flop every week between like super good and not so good. Dismantling the Steelers, which to be fair, the Steelers are on negative momentum right now. But yeah, lost to the Texans though, which again scares me. Yeah, Buffalo going up to 6. I think that's a fair spot for them. They've got a few concerning losses, but I think overall they are still a good football team, and they will do good in the playoffs. I think they'll at least win a playoff game. Number 5, I've got Green Bay. They stayed at the same spot after a win against Detroit. I just don't think there's a reason to move them into the top 4. I still think the top 4 teams are head and shoulders above the rest, but I think Green Bay has proven with like their good record that they're above everybody else. Number 4, I've got Seattle, also not moving. And again, I still think the top 3 are even that much above Seattle. That even with like a 26-0 shutout against Minnesota, they're not going to really move up. But bro, JSN is crazy. I don't know what's going on there, but like I get that he has an extra game to break the record, but like I think he might actually break 2,000 yards and break the receiving season record. I don't know what he's at now. I actually want to look that up. JSN receiving yards. Let's see here. How many does he have? 1,336. Okay. And we've got 5 weeks left. I mean, I think he's gonna do it, man. At least he's gonna break the record. I don't know how close the record is. I think the record is like really close. It's like 1980 or something. Calvin Johnson. I don't remember. Yeah. Either way. Yeah, it's crazy. Number 3 is the Rams. Got to move them down 2 spots. Finally, not the number 1 team. They had a tough loss. It's what happens. You're losing to a team that's definitely worse than you, but they still beat Seattle, so I'm going to keep them in the top 3. Number 2, not moving from last week, is Denver. I'm not moving them to number 1, even though they were number 2 last week and the number 1 lost, because I just feel like the number 1 team had a way more impressive win against a team that I feel was similar quality, like caliber of opponent. Denver is being weird. They're kind of like last year's Chiefs. They're finding ways to win in like really like close games, and I hate it. But I still think that the number one team right now is New England. They're back to the top. They have reclaimed the throne, I think, for the first time since Brady was there. I truly think they're the best team in the league, moving up 2 spots from last week. And Drake May is currently the MVP favorite. I still think it should be this guy. This guy's doing insane, but like, I mean, he had a loss this week, so you gotta give it to who's up right now. So that's your power rankings, and now we will go into predictions, and this is where things will get sad. Hopefully not, but it probably will, because I might have to pick against some of my favorite teams. Cowboys-Lions, picked the Lions already, so 1-0 this week. Titans-Browns, this game is disgusting, everything about it. It's the worst team against the worst team. I guess I'm gonna go with Cleveland, because Titans are just that bad, but sure. Seahawks-Falcons, Battle of the Birds. Gonna go Seattle. I think they're a better team. Colts-Jaguars. The Colts have not won at Jacksonville in like 9 years. I don't see that streak breaking here, especially with the Colts' negative momentum. We're going Jacksonville. Commanders-Vikings. This is an interesting one. I feel like it's one that they both kind of need to snap out of a like negative momentum streak. Commanders are 3-9. Vikings are 4-8. I think Commanders are a better team right now, though. Yeah, they're a bit higher ranked in the power ranking, so I'm gonna go Commanders here. Next, Bengals and Bills. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. I didn't even know that Joe Burrow was back. Like I was not aware of that at all. But he was back, and now he is still back, and I feel like the Bills are still gonna win. I don't think it matters too much. Their defense, the Bengals' defense, is still trash. Saints, Buccaneers, divisional game. It means a lot. I think Buccaneers are going to take it. Not much else to say. Steelers, Ravens, a AFC North football matchup. As usual, it's going to be quite chaotic, but I think Lamar will bounce back, even though he's playing a tougher defense than last week. I don't know why he struggled against the Bengals defense of all teams, but like, they should win. Hopefully. I hope. Don't let the Bengals get into the playoffs. That would be disgusting. Dolphins, Jets. Let's see here. Well, did the Jets beat the Dolphins? No. The Dolphins beat the Jets. That was like their one win for a while. Like, they only had one win for a while, and that was it. So, I think they do it again. Why not? I don't think the Jets are all that good. Broncos, Raiders. Again, with the Broncos, with these easy games. The Broncos are going to win, like, 21-20 or something. It's going to be stupid. Rams, Cardinals. I think Rams get a win and get back on track. I still think Cardinals are just the most, like, whatever team. Bears, Packers. Now, this is a match. I don't know. I think I'm going to go Packers here, actually. I think I believe in the Packers to get this one done. They've been on top of that rivalry for the last couple of years, and I think they have a good chance. I also just think, like, the fact that the Bears are, like, 9-3 or whatever, and up on top of the NFC North like that, I find that weird. I think the Packers are a better team, so I'm going to go Packers. And now we have arrived at the Texans and Chiefs game. I have done all I can for the Kansas City Chiefs football team. I've given them all my support. I just don't see them winning this game. It's so dumb. Like, they have all this talent. They have this man right here. I think he's gonna go down as at least the number 2 quarterback in league history. I don't see him being renowned as anything less than number 2. I don't know if he's quite gonna pass Brady. I don't think he will. I think Brady is still gonna be the GOAT once he retires, but I think Mahomes will be number 2. So a top 2 quarterback in NFL history, and they've got the fastest man in the NFL to throw to. They had Hill for years. He knows how to throw to guys like this. They have these two, my favorite lads, and they're not winning. It's awful. And it's not even like the offense can be productive. Like, we saw it in the Colts game. They ran the ball a lot, and it worked. And we need to run the ball more. I agree. But, like, just the defense is just letting them down, and it's awful. And it's like, in the past couple years, like in the last 2 years specifically, the defense has kind of been what's carried us, at least at some points, especially what's it called the year that we won the Super Bowl last year, Super Bowl 58 that year. Like I think that was probably the year where we relied on our defense the most. And you know what? We were 11-6 that year. So if we win out, which I think we will probably have to do in order to make the playoffs, we're 11-6 again. And I think if we win out from here, we've still got a good chance of going to the Super Bowl. I think, but like, you gotta get the momentum started, bro. Like, usually the momentum starts sooner than this. This is the game where you need to win. If they don't win this game, absolutely no chance. Season's over. But yeah, they were given one more shot. I thought it was that deal last week, and I picked them to win, but I just don't see it happening. I think the Texans are hot right now. They are on a 2-game win streak against Bills and Colts, 2 good teams, or at least Colts were good. I don't know if they are anymore. Like, still beat the Bills. And I think where it's going to come down to is their D-line versus our O-line. Their D-line is probably one of the best in the league. 2 like top 10 pass rushers. One of them is like the number 2 pass rusher. That's Willie Anderson. And then we have 3 backup offensive linemen. 4 of our offensive linemen were not starters last year. So, or at least not like team 1 starters. Because Wanye Morris started at left tackle for a little bit while somebody was injured. But like the only person on our O-line who like was starting on an O-line last year is our center Creed. Like, I'm scared. I don't know if I think Mahomes is going to get sacked like 5 times at least, and it's not going to be a great one. We might have to rely on the pass game, which I mean I like the idea of that, but like if Rice keeps dropping balls and if Mahomes can't throw to Worthy, it's not going to be great. I do think Thornton should be a better option because I think right now Thornton, I mean, he's taller for one. Like, Worthy's fast, but he is kind of small. So I think use Worthy more as a normal receiver, maybe. Like, he's proven that he's not just a speed guy. Like, he can do that. You can make him do the deep threats, but ultimately he's not the kind of guy who's going to moss someone because he's not that tall and he's not that heavy. So, like, use him as a regular receiver and just, like, have him run routes super fast. Like, that he can use his speed to do that, too. And just, like, throw it deep to Thornton every once in a while. Like, Thornton is taller. He can moss people. And then, like, use Rice when you want. But, like, Rice drops balls. He did in his rookie year. And that's why I genuinely thought that Worthy was going to be the wide receiver 1 this year. Because even when we had that ridiculous year with Kadarius Toney on our offense, Rice was still leading the league in drops for, like, rookie receivers. So I was like, he's not a solution to the dropping balls problem. He wasn't 2 years ago, and he's still dropping crucial passes now. I don't like it. But I mean, truth be told, he is still probably the best receiver on the offense. So find a way to get it to him, and if you can, just run the ball. Like, I know it's going to be hard against a defense this good, but like just try. I don't know what you're going to do. And then for the defense, just don't leave Chamari Connor on Nico Collins. Anything you want, just don't do that. And the pass rush, okay, actually, no, the worst part of the defense is the pass rush because we got no sacks against a Cowboys O-line that was missing its best, like, guy. They're starting, was it left tackle or left guard? Or one of their starters was out, and we got no sacks on that. Like, on that side, any side, like, we just could not get home. And I don't know what's happening to, like, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, like, people that were super good last year. It's not going right. And I don't see it changing. So I'm picking the Texans to win. I don't know. If the Chiefs win, if they prove me wrong here, I won't doubt them again. I'll probably pick them the remainder of the way, especially like if they can get, I know they've got Texans and then they've got the Chargers, which I think is a winnable game. Then they've got Titans. That should be win no matter what. Then they've got Broncos. If they win all 3 of those games, and if the Broncos like lose one more, I think I can pick the Chiefs there, especially if they like seem to be getting better and getting momentum in those games. So I still think the Chiefs have a chance, but you need to win this game, and I don't know if you can. And then finally, Eagles-Chargers. I would love the Eagles to win, but like they're not doing very good right now. I don't know. I think honestly, this is another situation where like if Herbert plays, I'm picking the Chargers. If Herbert does not play, I'm picking the Eagles. So I don't know if Herbert's going to play with his broken hand or whatever. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna look it up. Is Justin Herbert playing this week? Justin Herbert questionable. Good to know. All right. So if he plays, Chargers win. If he doesn't play, Eagles win. There's my picks for this week. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to have to head out now, but yeah, thanks for watching this video. Remember, if you're into roller coasters, go check out the new channel, Beyond the Drops. I'll be posting a video on that channel where I rank my top 25 roller coasters pretty soon. And with all that said, I will see you guys next week for another episode of Beyond the Stats.